Dave Portnoy. Last time we checked on Dave Portnoy, he had shoved a giant fuck you sized dagger in his buddy's back.
Mintzy?
Poor Mintzy, who is just like the cutest guy. Mintzy's just a fat kid
No guy.
who, he's one of these guys who his talent is not having talent.
Right, and he's like endearing for that reason.
And he's endearing for that reason. Now, there are people who are full-blown retarded, and their talent is having no talent, and it doesn't work, and it's cringe. I think of Ray DeVito.
I can think of a couple.
In this instance. Ray DeVito is one of those guys where you just go, all right, enough. Mintzy's one of those guys where you look at him and you go, oh, it's Mintzy. He's harmless. He got fired from Barstool Sports because he said the N-word on his live stream. The funny part about this is it was the Barstool people that pressured him to start live streaming. He liked being recorded.
Maybe they knew he said that word kind of loosely.
Well, the audiences are changing now, and they want people to be live now. Live is the thing people watch. They don't like recorded shit as much as they used to.
Sure.
So they said, Mintzy, you got to go live. And his first episode, if we can, I'll find it for you here. His first episode, he dropped the N-bomb. They had Mintzy read rap lyrics, and and again, just the poor guy, because he's so likable. He does this.
Get some yayo, double up, nigga. What you need.
You can see immediately he panicked. He was like, oh, shit, what the fuck happened? And by the way, this was only a month ago. This feels like a long time ago.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
Get some yayo, double up, nigga. What you need.
And you're just
I
like,
look at his face, he's like, oh,
right.
shit.
And he's a likable guy, so your reaction to that is, oh, poor Mintzy,
Poor
give him
guy.
a break. Don't fire him. Not the worst offense you can commit.
It's like when a toddler does something bad, they just kind of stand there like, oh,
right.
Don't hurt me.
Like you learn as a parent, like,
Yeah.
You don't need to harp on the kid.
You just
if
chuckle, they know.
If they already see that they fucked up.
Right.
You got to teach them the lesson. You got to tell them not to do it or whatever. But if they're not being cunty about it, you don't need to fucking go bananas on them. Well, Dave Portnoy doesn't run Barstool Sports anymore. He sold it off to Penn Gambling or whatever it's called, the Penn Corporation. They do a lot of internet gambling stuff. And he made a boatload of money on the deal. Good for Dave Portnoy.
We'd all do it.
But Dave Portnoy still likes to call himself El Presidente. I'm the man. I'm the hot shot, big swinging dick of Barstool. And then something like the Mintzy thing comes up, and Dave Portnoy lets Penn fire Mintzy. He's gone over one little slip up, over one little shitty, rap lyric that he read.
Right, he didn't even say it nefariously.
Yeah, nothing ill intent.
Nothing malicious.
You show that to any black person, they're like, come on.
What white guy hasn't done that?
Exactly. Exactly.
Have
Usually,
you been in a car ride with us?
Yeah, usually white people say it and they mean it. Mintzy just fucked up on a live stream.
Right, there's intent.
Well, Dave let Penn fire him. And it's not so much that he let Penn fire him. It's that Dave didn't have any say in it whatsoever, and it was very revealing to a lot of Barstool fans. They're like, oh, this guy's just masquerading as El Presidente. Now he's just an employee. He's just a cog in the Penn machine now. And then he got cunty about it, and then he did the thing you're not supposed to do on the internet, and that's react to his trolls and try to address them. It's like, no, they're mad at you, and they're throwing a tantrum at you. Nothing you say is going to make this better. Let it blow over. He tried to combat it. He sounded like a fucking stooge.
Didn't he lose his mind on his dock in front of his very expensive home?
In front of his very multi-million-dollar home, he started yelling at people on the internet.
Look at what I have and you don't.
Yeah, it just got really weird.
Yeah.
So he made that video where he goes, oh, if it were me, I wouldn't let go of Mintzy, but Penn has all these gaming licenses for gambling in all these states, and the regulators might take away their gaming license if we don't fire Mintzy. And to me, it just came off as so fucking pathetic. It's like, first of all, no, they won't. Penn saw a chance to take a guy that they didn't think had any value to their company, cut him loose, and not pay his salary anymore. That's the real deal. And then Penn gave Dave, because Dave Portnoy, I don't think he wanted Mintzy fired, but he probably went to the Penn guys and he goes, can you give me some kind of fucking out here? Can you give me some kind of excuse I can take to my audience? Because they're going to crucify me over this.
Yes, they will.
So Dave Portnoy got to say, well, I wouldn't have fired Mintzy if it was up to me, but and then he goes, I sold my company, you idiots, so I don't get to make the call. It's like the fans weren't the ones, saying that you were Mr. King shit, Mr. Barstool, Mr., HNIC, shit like that. You were the one saying that. So then when they look behind the curtain and they find out that you have absolutely no pull and Penn's completely castrated you and they can fire your friend right in front of you in what is kind of a sort of a cuck move, you don't get to be all bitchy and shitty about it. I will say Dave Portnoy has taken steps to make things right. He started a watch company recently that I believe is independent of
Penn. That's good, right?
Yes. And he hired Mintzy as the spokesperson.
That's good.
That is good.
I think that's making good and gives a little credit to what he did say about not wanting him fired.
I think Dave Portnoy deserves a lot of credit for reaching into his own pocket.
Yeah.
And paying Mintzy out of his own pocket to pitch these watches. Now,
I hope it's paid well too.
Is Mintzy a good watch pitchman? No.
He could be.
He's a bumbling buffoon.
Give him a haircut, a few speech lessons.
He's a buffoon, and that's his charm. I mean that as a compliment. He's not a watch. This is such a transparent, guilty move from Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
He feels like shit. The reason I like this move by Portnoy and the reason I give him a lot of credit for it is because it's him showing you how guilty he feels. It's him showing how much he feels his friend got fucked over and him actually doing something about it. There's a difference between being the corporate stooge and going, well, boss has orders and they're making me do it. I don't like the idea. I mean, anybody can say that. But for a guy to actually reach into his pocket to the detriment of his own company, I mean, this is a detrimental move to his watch company because when you have as much money as Dave Portnoy, you could hire just about anybody to be a spokesman for your watch.
Yeah.
You could get YG, motherfucker.
Is that the spokesman you want?
That's the spokesman I always want for everything. Fucking Foreman grills. I don't care.
The spokesman we need.
Yeah, I want YG for everything. And I only want him singing lyrics to his songs, which is what Mintzy got in trouble for in the first place. So he hires Mintzy to be the spokesperson for Brick Watches. If you don't know what Brick Watches are, they sell for like $23.99. They're very expensive watches.
Oh, it's the people that say I've got a brick on my wrist. That's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Like people,
yeah.
that's
There
a
you
thing.
go.
People say that.
Brick
like
watches.
in the rap world.
I don't pay attention to, sharing a video on his 40th birthday, Mintzy announced the news on Twitter yesterday, saying, I am being rehired by Dave Portnoy as the first employee for Brick Watch, and I cannot be more happy about it. This month has been so hard on me. Obviously, I made an unforgivable but stupid and honest mistake at the beginning of the month. It cost me so dearly. It cost me my job at Barstool. I had to pay a hell of a price. Now, first of all, Mintzy, it is not an unforgivable mistake you made.
That is a misuse of that word.
People have this thing about, cancel culture and people getting fired for words. If people would stop being so dickless about the things they do, it wouldn't be so easy for that pervasive cancel culture to take root. If a guy like Mintzy would go, oh, calm the fuck down, I flubbed. You had me reading rap lyrics. You try to navigate the minefield that is hip-hop without saying the N-word. Please, I'd love to watch you try.
Precisely why I will not quote a rap song on this program.
And precisely the reason I do quote rap songs.
I don't trust myself.
Yeah.
What would you do if Johnny or I slipped up and said the N-word?
I would move on and I would go to the next thing.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
For future reference.
So this is Mintzy as the spokesperson for Brick Watches. Let's see if Dave Portnoy made this move because it's what's best for his company, or let's see if Dave Portnoy made this move because he feels really guilty about not being able to save his buddy's job.
Okay.
Let's check out Mintzy as the new spokesperson of Brick Watches.
Sup, fellas? Sure has been a hell of a month, but we're going to close it on my 40th birthday. After a horrible start at the beginning, great news.
It's weird to watch. This is like watching a person with Down syndrome get older.
Yeah, it is strange.
You always think of them as like 16, 14, 12.
Yeah.
And then you see a person with Down syndrome be 40 and you're like, this is weird. Mintzy,
I didn't think they lived that long.
Mintzy has the spirit of like an 11-year-old kid, but he's starting to look all old and fat and shitty and worn out in the face and 40. So it's
like, I don't like thinking about Frankie McDonald being old.
Yeah.
Like, see, that seems weird to me.
Like, to watch a guy like Mintzy get old is really strange because the visual you're seeing doesn't compute with the character. You know, this is why, to me, Chris Farley getting old would have been weird.
I agree with that.
You know, you would have been like, well, what the fuck? That's not the wacky...
It's not the guy.
350-pound guy doing cartwheels and shit. That's an old man.
I feel like even Weird Al getting old.
Oh, no, Weird Al's timeless. How dare you? Looks wonderful.
But you don't picture him as an old man.
Whack don't crack. Weird don't get...
Try again.
Seared.
Yeah.
And I am being rehired by Dave Portnoy as the first employee for Brick Watch.
Again,
there's so many things wrong with this video.
Is this a guilt move by Dave Portnoy rehiring Mintzy?
Yes. If this was not his friend, he would not have done this.
The fucking watch doesn't fit.
Oh, that's
he
horrendous.
didn't even bother to get the watch size.
He can't even wear a shirt that fits nice. He can't even do a nice, like, sit-down audio.
The guy could have gotten a football player. He could have gotten a basketball player. He could have gotten a baseball player.
Gronk would have been cool.
He could have gotten an actor. He could have gotten a musician. Anybody. This is, honestly, this commercial or this announcement should have, you know, a caption on it that says, "I'm really sorry, Mintzy. We cool now, bro," written on it, because that's what this move is.
This was a Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
Brick Watch. And I cannot be more happy about it. This month has been so hard on me, obviously.
I can tell you look like you've been drinking since May 1st.
Nothing about him looks good.
No.
From his hair to his ill-fitting shirt.
Mintzy has aged horribly in the last month.
He's wearing 2 watches that don't fit.
I made an unforgivable but stupid and honest mistake at the beginning of the month. It cost me so dearly. It cost me my job at Barstool Sports. I had to pay a hell of a price. The support I got from Dave.
This is like when rappers take their crack addict friend and give him a job in their security detail. It's like...
And then they still fuck it up.
Oh, and then he's got the watches are hanging off his... Oh.
And Big Cat and Erica Nardini and everyone at Barstool meant the world to me. But guys, I'm going to admit something. It's been really hard on me. I've kept an upbeat face, but anyone...
No, you haven't. I'm looking at your face right now.
Is his voice always that raspy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at your face right now, Mintzy. You have not kept an upbeat face. You've kept a beat-up face, but not an upbeat face.
that knows my character knows that me having to look online and see nothing but my name with the racial slur everywhere I go, that's not easy on me. That's not what...
Me neither. I've been trying to do it for years, and they will not put my name next to the racial slurs. Mintzy, you
Jealous.
lucky bastard. Yeah. Mintzy sits here and gets it just like that, and he's like, oh, I feel so bad about it. It's like, well, some of us work our whole lives, asshole.
Karen's like, I want that in quotes on my gravestone.
How about you and I switch, Mintzy? I know how to wear a watch. You know how to say racial slurs into a microphone. We can swap.
what I'm about, and all y'all know it. However, the support I've gotten from my family, my friends, and the Stoolies has gotten me through it. The overwhelming love I have gotten has blown my mind. It honestly makes me emotional. And today,
see, like, he's such a likable guy that you're willing to overlook that this is totally a pity hire. He belongs. He belongs being a goof for a sports website. He doesn't belong pitching watches. This is all because Dave Portnoy sold his company, doesn't have any control, got exposed by this move and by his audience, and now he's got to try and make it right. And again, he deserves credit for rescuing his friend the way he did.
That I agree with.
But this is fucking odd.
But if I'm in the market for a $20,000 watch.
No, $2,300. $2,400.
Oh, $2,400.
Yeah.
Even so. If I'm in the market for a watch and I go see this guy who looks like a schlub in a watch ad, I'm not buying that watch. That doesn't make me feel good. I want someone who looks sexy, man or female.
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy. Dave called me to ask me about this job. And here's what Dave Portnoy said to me. He said, Mintzy, I got an idea. I want to hire you to be the first employee for Brick Watch. He said, you're not the smartest guy I've ever had, that's for sure.
That's nice.
But you have a great heart, and you're the man of the people. Well, Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, You know what you need to sell a $2,400 watch?
What's that?
A man of the people.
Oh, yeah, I want to feel like just everybody else.
My $2,400 watches are the people. Not really, no.
Don't you want to feel like you're set apart from the people wearing your $2,400 watch?
Exactly.
Like you're a step above.
If I've got $2,400 to drop on a watch and I look at this guy, I go, I want to wear the watch that makes me like this.
No.
You found me 2.5 years ago. You made me who I am with your job at Barstool. And I'm a man that values loyalty. And for you to stick your neck out after what happened and how upset you were after having to fire me, we all saw that on that video, how upset you were. And for you to basically just create a new position for me, it honestly means the world to me. And
that watch company is fucking doomed.
And it is. The guy can't talk. I will say, like, that is like a real high-class move of Dave Portnoy to help a buddy out.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the place for it. He should be, like, hawking pizzas or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hobo Chili Recipe says, wow, nothing says hire me like an insult. Yeah. Like, hey, you're not the smartest guy for pitching watches. Yeah. Ugh.
You're not the guy, but
Yeah.
I'll make it so.
If I got an extra $2,400, I'm buying night vision before a watch, says Hobo Flexible.
That'd be sweet.
So, Dave Portnoy hired back Mintzy, and I think that's great. I think it kind of, it helps kind of make up for the fuck up that Dave Portnoy had. But at the same time, it's just... Now watch, Brick Watches goes under in like 6 months. Poor Mintzy's unemployed again.
You're not going to hear about him.
Dave Portnoy has to create another new product just so Mintzy can keep having a job. Like, if Dave Portnoy would have made flavored milks.
No, I'm not
That would
wrong
have been
here.
great
Pizzas.
for Mintzy.
Pizzas.
Well, yeah.
It's right on
He has
brand.
the pizza.
Right. It's right on brand. Hire him in that business.
You know what? The pizza, though, I think is a Penn thing. He can't hire him for the pizza.
God damn it.
I think that's Barstool.
Can we keep... or can we keep Penn out of just some of our shit?
Nope.
Not any of it?
Nope. You got to have it involved
It's a pizza company.
in all of it. Oh, man. I tell you what. That Mintzy thing...
Okay,
it's
that's
such a bad move to hire him for a watch company.
the still shot of Mintzy wearing these watches that are just hanging from him.
Yeah.
That alone turns me off. I'm like, okay, I'm not shopping there.
Mr. Saint Caesar says, is this Dave the retard that got destroyed by MGF on an interview? MJF made him look like a retard. Uh-oh. MJF Dave Portnoy. If you guys don't know who MJF is, MJF roast Barstool employees. Yeah, he's an AEW wrestler, and his whole thing is he's a heel who, like, just shits on people all the time, and he never drops the character when he's in public. So, it's probably the same guy. Danny Rebel says his pizza is the worst frozen pizza I've ever tried. No joke.
I don't even think you can buy it around here.
I guess swing and a miss. Mark Stevens says if you don't realize, he wears the watches on those tits. Oh.
Fuck.
So there's the gimmick.
Yeah, that to me too. Like, now you're selling expensive watches. Can we at least put a button up on, or at minimum a t-shirt that fits you? Can we do our hair?
There is part of me that appreciates that Mintzy knows that this is a pity fuck. And
He doesn't.
And he's dressing the part. Yeah, he does. He said openly, I'm not the best guy to pitch watches. Dave Portnoy's doing this to make good
You
with
could
me.
put effort in. You could try.
He doesn't want to trick himself again. Like he...
I mean, people at the mall we go to where you got your watch and stuff, or where I go to look at watches I wish I could afford look better at a mall.
Upset Duck says, Aaron, have you ever called a white guy the N-word? Seriously? I have, and it felt right. Dude, I only call white people the N-word. The other one has too much risk involved. So you keep that one under your hat.
Did you ever call our not friend that before he decided to not be our friend? Have you ever called him that jokingly?
He did give me the pass to call him that one time.
And you did it?
Oh, fuck yeah. I think I probably did it twice.